Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Legendary Beatz here from legendarybeatsonline.com, and today we're going to be going into how to make your piano sounds sound real. How to make your piano sequence that you put into your DAW to sound realistic. Sometimes it just doesn't happen. So today we're going to go over the key points onto why your piano sounds aren't sounding real enough. And we're going to be using FL keys today. So just load up FL keys into your FL Studio and we're going to work on something together. Alright, so let's get it started. Alright, you might be wondering why we're using FL keys, because there's so many other VSTs or plugins that you could use. But I'm using FL keys because maybe you don't have the VSTs that I have, and you might have VSTs that I don't have. But if you learn how to do this with FL keys, and you can do this with any DAW, for any sound, for anything that you put up into your DAW, whatever sequence you play, because this is going to help you with every other sound that you use or that you use to make your beats. So this is very important. What we're going to be going over is how to use volume to make your piano sound more realistic, how to use some panning to make your piano sound more realistic and put some dynamic elements into it, and that's pretty much it. At the end, maybe we'll add some reverb into it, but you might be able to hear how the sound has changed because of those small two things, volume and panning. Alright, so we're going to get into it again. I got FL keys added in. Yeah. Alright, so next all we got to do is lay down, first we got to lay down the keys. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay down the keys. I'm going to play a little sequence. I'll show you what I'm playing in the piano roll so that you can see it and you can copy it and try to do whatever you want to do with it throughout the video. Alright, so here we go. Stop. Metronome. I have a drum pattern playing in the background a little bit to help me go through. It's cold in here. Alright, now as you can see, they're all off by a little bit, things like that. So what you're gonna do is have it on. Might have to leave it there. Leave it on fourth step, and then what I use to quantize it. Quantizing is making sure everything's sequenced and hitting all together at the correct time on the correct timing. So not on the correct timing, but on like a time that makes sense. So say it's 90 beats per second. So where it is, every line here is like a second, the millisecond, thing like that, but it's on time. So when you hit quantize, what it does is it tries to fit it as perfect as possible. So we're gonna mess with it. Usually what I use is Alt plus Q. You hit them both at the same time. Let's see how much that actually helps. You're gonna hit Control Alt to select everything, then Alt Q. Quantize end time, yes. Let's see if that actually helped out. It helped out a little bit here. Move that over, bang bang. That's good. This is terrible. So right now I'm just fixing it up a little bit. Move this over. Move this over. I'm not gonna save this, but yeah, so that's it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to mess with the volume. Reason why we're going to mess with the volume is because every time you hear a piano sound, a piano being played, or any instrument being played, all of the keys aren't being hit at the same velocity. Velocity meaning hard or soft. You know, they're not all being played hard or loud. Some are being played soft, some are being played short, some are being played long. So that what makes it sound more realistic because you feel the emotion through the dynamic elements of the sequence. So here, since I played it out, FL Studio tried to copy as much of how I played it as possible. So it tried to get some of the soft, it tried to get some of the hard, which is the loud, which made it louder. So that's why already it kind of sounds a little bit more realistic without any added effects or anything like that. So let's listen to it again. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna what I did some research, and what I heard was that it's best to always lower down the lower keys, the lower bass, because you're gonna be adding in your own other elements or bass, to be exact, to fill in for that lower registry. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna highlight all the bass notes, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna, as it's playing, we're gonna lower them down, and so that way you're hardly gonna hear them, but they're gonna be there. And then you're gonna see as we continue to touch up on the volume and everything else, you see how it kind of comes together and it sounds a little bit more realistic, a little bit more clear to feel the emotion of the keys. These are the fillers, don't want to touch those yet. Turn this up. Okay, so just bear with me. I'm gonna go through this kind of quickly, but you'll be able to understand exactly what I'm doing because you'll be able to see it that I'm just messing with the volume free. The high key, mid key, low key, and then the lowest key. All right, so we're gonna go in. I'll leave all the fill-ins for last because you have to do a specific thing for those, and I want you to see it. See if I can get this. I don't know if you could tell, but except those fill-ins are kind of destroying the concept, but you could actually hear it a little bit, the little changes. So what we're gonna do is just mess with the fill-ins. Now these fill-in notes, when you have these are called like trills or thrills in music theory, in piano theory, or actually music theory in general, because you can do this for any other instrument. So what you do is usually the first one is never really the loudest. So at least as far as when I use it. So what you would do is you would mess with the volume on the first one, make it a little softer than the second one, and then you can do whatever you want after that. So these are already a little bit too much higher than the rest of the track, but what we're going to do is we're going to play it out and then you'll be able to hear. So what I did was I lowered it down. I lowered down the first one a little bit more than the others, and then I kept the second one up, and then, okay, and you can see it. So let's play this. You see that? So it's a build up to the second. So look. So as you're playing, if you ever played piano, your trills are always, the first note is always like the softest hit because you're hitting it the fastest. Then you gradually move harder as your fingers rotating up to the next one. So or depending on how you play. Alright, but yeah, you get the picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch that up on all of the extra fill-in keys. Do that a little bit. Make the first one soft, second one a little louder, first one soft, second one a little louder, and first one soft, second one a little louder, third one could be a little less than the previous. I keep hitting that save button because I'm used to doing it. So let's hear it. So let's hear it from the beginning now with all those edits. Oh, that's loud. Lower that. Keep hitting that save button. Alright, so originally, this is how it sounds. So let's clone this, and what I'll do is I'll take out all the effects. Alright, so this is how it sounds with none of those extra velocity changes or volume changes. Okay, so now let's hear the difference with the added changes. As you can see, it's softer, it's a little bit more mellow, and the emotions are kind of felt a little bit more because of the different velocity hits or how hard it's hitting on certain keys. So what I'm going to do is now is actually mess with the panning a little bit on those filling keys. So the reason why you can mess with the pans is because for some reason in my mind or in my ears what I'm hearing is that those thrills, it could hit from like the right, and as it's elevating up, hitting the next key, it goes over to the left, like in my ears, in the spectrum of your hearing. It just feels a little bit more natural for whatever reason. I guess because when you hear the highs, it goes into the lows, or when you hear the lows, because of how the keyboard is, the lower registries on the left, and then it goes into right. So while you're sitting here and you're listening to piano, though it's coming from one, it's coming from one unit, one piano, or one instrument, you could still kind of feel, because of the different volume hits and everything like that, it just gives an effect. So since we're using a digital platform, which is a DAW, which is your DAW that you're using, try it out for yourself and you be the judge. But for me, we're gonna play around with it right now and you'll be able to hear it in your ears yourself. So right here we have the other one muted, so here we're gonna be playing it. Alright, so right is up and left is down. Actually, I think I'll have it do it from the left into the right. So I don't know if you can hear that, but this is it without it. And now this is it with it a little bit. It makes a difference to me in my ears. Maybe it does to you. And then I'll keep playing with it for every other fill-in or trill. That's the worst drum sequence ever, but don't judge me on the drum sequence. Just look at what we did together. We made the piano sound realistic. That was the point. So let's play this out one last time, and then that's it. We're done for the day. All right. That's it, guys. Thanks so much for showing love today. Thanks for checking out the video. If you liked the video, please subscribe to this page, which is Your Hip Hop Beatz TV, and also subscribe to my personal page at Legendary Beatz. It's youtube.com /Legendary Promo TV. I always forget my own username. So that's youtube.com /Legendary Promo TV. Check me out on Facebook at Legendary Beatz. Check me out on Twitter at Legendary Beatz. Check me out on SoundCloud at Legendary Beatz. And sales at legendarybeatsonline.com. If you have any type of questions, be sure to leave your comments below. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, and keep your eyes out for the next tutorial next week. I love you guys. Remember to be you, be legendary. And we're gonna keep uploading videos like this, having fun with music, making some hot tracks, hot beats, learning the concepts, things like that. Alright guys, peace out.